not sure if it's a really good time right now to do reading because I'm extremely emotional, but I think that I need some tarot therapy, so that's what the fuck I'm doing right now. That's what the fuck I'm doing. It's getting done. Six of Swords. Someone feeling stuck. Someone feeling like they need an escape, but there's nowhere to go. This could also be somebody who in the past did run or did try to seek out some form of escapism, but it's like now they're could be coming back the other way. Page of Wands in the reverse. They're starting off on a new path, okay? It's like, alright, so I was going to do this one thing so that I could get some peace of mind, feel better, run from my problems, whatever it is. But that direction that I was taking, that ain't it. That ain't happening. It's not getting me nowhere. So I need to do something else. I need to go somewhere else. I need to figure out a new form of action. The Fool. Somebody needing a fresh start. Taking a leap of faith. Blindly leaving everything behind. To see what else is out there. To start something different. Because like I said, wherever they're at, whatever they're doing, it just ain't hitting it. So now we got to start from the ground up. Ground zero. King of Pentacles. I want to get some clarification on the King of Pentacles, but this could be the person that we're talking about, or this could be somebody who's connected to them in their energy field, or this could be what they're wanting to move towards. But this is somebody who has their own form of stability, like finances, not a problem. The house, the car, I wanted to say kids, but that's not really part of this, I don't think, but maybe. All of that, they got it, and it's all secure. It's all under wraps. So this could be somebody who's wanting to move into that energy, or this could be somebody wanting to move towards a person who has those characteristics. Page of Cups in the reverse. The Moon in the reverse. Seven of Wands. And the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, I feel like this could be somebody who's wanting to move towards an energy like that, whether it is in their own right or engaging with a partner or whatever, but whatever the heck is going on, it's like they are seeing that the efforts that they have been putting into acquiring this, to reaching this, are falling flat, and all it really is doing is leaving them in a position to be on guard about things. Like they can't even trust the efforts that they have been putting into, the connections that they've been trying to work with. It's like all of those haven't been what they were supposed to have been. And not only that, but they may be something that could harm them in the long run, in the end. So they feel like they got to be on guard. They feel like they have to pull their love back. Could be somebody who is very willing to connect with people, to bond with them on an emotional, spiritual level. But they're seeing, I can't do that with everybody. Everybody can't be trusted. Not only that, but I can't let everybody come up in my energy field either. just saw the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Somebody may taking some hasty action to deaden some shit, to end it. There could be some harsh communication being spoken. Some blunt communication. Some communication that might hurt somebody, might hurt some feelings. Reminder, don't forget. I feel like with the Fool card, this person can have a tendency, and with that whole wanting to escape, the escapism thing, they could have a tendency to go off into la la land. Like live with their head in the clouds, but that makes them very naive. Like, don't forget the experiences that you have had. Some of these experiences that you're having, some of these situations you find yourself in, some of these peoples that you are connecting with, these are repeat cycles. Self-worth. Love yourself better than to keep doing the same dumb, stupid shit. Didn't it hurt the first fucking time? Trapped in the reverse. Release yourself from that mental prison. Like, you are stuck in a certain mindset and you need to get out of it. I feel like the mindset that you are stuck in is blocking your intuition. Is blocking your intuition for your situation. We have obedience in the reverse. You're not listening. You're not listening to what the fuck your intuition is telling you, because you are like stuck in the cycle of coping mechanisms as per your situation. Like, you only know how to respond or react in certain ways because that's all that you have ever done. And so whenever your intuition is trying to tell you to do something different, you're not fucking listening. Conclusion in the reverse. And that's why the cycle isn't over, because you just keep doing the same dumb shit. The highlight here would be self-worth. Care about yourself enough. Consider yourself worthy of some shit. And quit settling for less. Quit settling for less. Quit letting people treat you like you are less. Quit thinking that you have to be in a lesser situation. Quit thinking that that shit is okay when people do that to you. Quit thinking that shit's okay when you do that yourself to you. Invisible. You're somebody who feels like you are not truly seen. That you are in something all on your own. Nobody there around you. She doesn't even see a reflection in that pool or in that mirror, whatever it is. She doesn't even see a reflection. So not only does this person not see their self, not only do they feel like they're not seen and nobody notices, but they don't even know who they are anymore. She reminds me of The Grudge. Or what's that movie, The Ring, when she crawls up out of the whale? Anyway, some spooky shit. Almost makes me feel like this person may feel like they are cursed. Or like they are that terrifying thing that everybody is afraid of. We got the High Priestess of Air in the reverse. So there's some mental confusion and blockage. Just like we said with the Trapped in the Reverse card, there's some mental confusion and blockage because they feel one thing, but yet everything around them is telling them something else. I might feel like I'm worthy. I might feel like I deserve more. I might feel like I deserve to be treated better, but according to these situations and these people that I'm connected with, no, I don't. So, am I an illusion about what it is that I fucking deserve? If I deserve so much more, yet my choice is to make the same repeat cycles occur over and over and to deal with them and put up with them are the stupid ass shit that's keeping me stuck in a cycle, then am I really worthy? So this person is confused about, no, Mom, thank you. This person is confused because cycles. That's what I said. Ain't that what I said? Because cycles. Because they keep repeating the same shit, but also there's this element of the fact that this is becoming aware to them and that this stuff is coming up may have to do with the actual moon cycles. What's today? I don't know what today is, but on the 25th, the new moon starts. So it's like that's a time to like manifest new things and to focus on your goals and shit. And, you know, there may be this pre-goal, pre-creation stuff happening where in order to focus on your goals and to create and manifest something new, you have to have a blank slate. So you have to erase everything that was already on your chalkboard. That's why this shit has to come up. So that you can erase everything that's on your chalkboard. So just let it out. Let it out, let it out. It's coming out for a reason. And how are you supposed to know that you are stuck in a cycle and repeating the same shit unless it's revealed and shown to you? So, open your eyes. It's happening. Meditation in the reverse. You may feel very ungrounded right now. Excuse me. I'm about to sneeze. Bless me. Whew. You may feel very ungrounded right now, like the energies are everywhere, like ADHD spirit. Fragment in the reverse. Yeah, like everything is scattered. You just feel scattered right now and unable to consolidate yourself into peace. It's just like you're feeling everything. You're feeling everything. There's so much around you that needs your energy, time, and attention. You're feeling very spread thin, and you may feel very restless. I do feel like this has to do with also moon energy, bringing all of that stuff up. I gotta sneeze again. Queen of my world. But regardless of how unstable things feel right now, this is all for a purpose. It's to get you into the alignment of being in your own power. Of being the bad bitch that you know that you are. Of being able to lean forward into your passions and be in control. To be admired in all of your beauty and all of your glory. Like, whatever this is that you are coming into, what you are coming into, the reason all of this stuff has to come up and be shed to make way for you to come into something else. Is because you're about to be sitting on your throne. You're about to be in your full queendom to the point where you can't suppress that anymore. Not only will you know that for a fact, but everybody's gonna fucking know that. And you don't gotta tell them, they're just gonna see it. possible rapid transformation between full moon time, between now and the next full moon. You may see yourself in a more confident energy. People will look at you as if you are ravaging, as if you are mysterious. Is this me? Yes, it is, bitch. You a fucking warrior. This is somebody who hasn't been so sure of themselves. They haven't been sure. They had a little inkling feeling. They know there's something in there. But then there's all of these questions pop up. Like, if that's who I am, then why am I not getting anywhere? Why am I not reaching my goals? Why do I not have stability? Why am I dealing with connections that don't fulfill me? All of those questions. That's why all of this shit is coming up. To let you know that these are the reasons why. These are the reasons why. But we need you to look at that so you can understand and not stay there. And recognize who you are. Recognize the situations that you have been in and that you have in fact survived all of it. You are that bitch. We have fragmentation in the reverse. Just a while ago, we had the fragment card also in the reverse. Fragmentation in the reverse. This is somebody whose pieces was everywhere. Who had little shards of themselves broken off through trauma. And over time, overdoing their shadow work, following their intuition to the best of their ability. Because some things we said they just ain't listening to. They are collecting these pieces. All right. There's a piece of who I am. There's a piece of who I am. There's a piece of who I am. And then when they put it all together, you got that badass bitch. Like literally, somebody collecting puzzle pieces so that they can get the full picture. We got black flower fragrance in the reverse and gilded regret. Black flower fragrance would be the, like, fuck you, fuck the world, fuck everybody, I'm gonna do what the fuck I'm gonna do type energy. But we have it showing up in the reverse here next to gilded regret. So that means, like, you know, in coming into the energy of who you are, there were times that you were rageful, that you were really fuck the world. And looking back on things, even though you gave yourself a crown for that and was like, yeah, I'm powerful now because ain't nobody can tell me shit. It's looking back on that and seeing like that was your coping mechanism at that time and in that moment. But is that what you want, the energy that you want to carry moving forward? No, it's not, because that shit's exhausting. And the only reason that people get all fuck you, fuck the world, blah, 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 is because hurt people hurt people. And they do that as a protection from the times that they were hurt by other people and their actions. They were hurt by their own actions. They were hurt by what they allowed themselves to accept. So moving forward, I don't want to wear my crown like that. I don't want to wear my crown like that. I don't want to have to say fuck the world. Because that comes from a place of pain. And I'm not trying to be in a place of pain anymore. I want to be in a place of peace. I want to wear my crown peacefully and not as a survivor, but as I'm thinking as an overcomer, but isn't that the same thing? I guess not. Like an overcomer, I feel like actively moves over obstacles and they're like standing there powerfully at the end of it. A survivor is somebody And I'm not understating that, but a survivor is somebody that you don't have to like actively move through. You just have to last. You just have to endure. You could just sit there and take the pummeling, and then when the pummeling is over, and if you survive, then you're a survivor. But an overcomer is somebody who is an active participant in their success, in their existence. So it's like, I don't want to be a survivor anymore. I want to be an overcomer. I'm tired of feeling like I'm a fucking victim. I'm not a fucking victim. I'm tired of fucking being mad at people. I'm tired of lashing out at the world because I feel like it's hurting me. I feel like people are hurting me. No, I don't want to have to get over it or survive it. I just want to get away from it. Right? I don't want to have nothing to do with it. I want to overcome that shit. I don't want to be a part of those cycles anymore. I don't want to keep lasting through it. I want to get out of it. I want to end the cycle. So what's the best way to do that? How are we going to end the cycle? Ten of Swords and Temperance. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Oh, putting it into waiting. Like somebody's waiting on something. They're waiting. Like I was saying earlier, somebody could have been trying to move towards. Okay, let's just be real. Let's be really, really, really real. We all know whenever I'm doing these readings, I'm picking up a lot of my own shit. Especially whenever I come into it emotional as fuck, like this. But let's be really real. We could be talking about me and you can still resonate to this situation. But it's like, there have been times where I'm thinking, I will find my peace and I will get a fresh start whenever I find my person. Whenever I have a partner. When I have somebody who can help me and who can be there for me. And I just have to make it until I make that connection. Until that happens, I just have to survive until then. But the advice here is to quit fucking waiting. What the fuck are you waiting on? Quit fucking waiting. Instead of waiting and trying to survive, why not make your own way? Because that is, even though you're not actively in it, that's a form of codependence. That's not independent. That's codependent. Codependent on not even a person, just an energy. You're codependent on a hope. Which, I mean, if you got to do that to make it sometimes, then you got to do that to make it. But whatever it is, whatever coping mechanisms that you have in order to make it aren't supposed to be long-term, permanent, like lifestyle structures. They're not supposed to be something that you carry on. It's supposed to be something that helps you get through that temporary moment in time. And some of that shit, some of that thinking, I'm not going to call it brainwashing, but in a sense, it's almost like you brainwash yourself. It's like you start thinking one way in order to get through to the next thing. Like, maybe there was a point where you wanted to fucking kill yourself. Maybe there was. And maybe the only thing that kept you from doing that is just hold out a little bit longer. Just hold out a little bit longer. Your hero will come. You won't be all by yourself. You'll be able to survive together. And you clinging on to that hope is what stopped you from making your exit point. But that's not something that you should continue to think for like ever and ever and ever and ever. That was supposed to get you through to the next moment. Now let's elevate and do something else. We get the 6 of Coins and the Devil in the reverse. Not only do you need to quit waiting, but there's also things that you're doing or not doing. What do you call it? I don't want to say deconstructive or sabotage, but maybe sabotage. Maybe like a form of self-sabotage that you are doing. I can't think of the word. But anyhow, self-destructive actions that you are taking, where you are neglecting the things that you need to be focusing on and not finding balance there. It's like the things that you are focusing on are the things that have got you in this mental torment. And you need to release the mental torment of the things you can't stop focusing on, of the things that are actually out of your control. It's like, you ever have a problem where you just got so much going on that you don't even know what it is that you need to focus on? And so, because of all of the overload, like we were saying, ungroundedness, ADHD brain, there's so many things in so many directions. There's so many things that need to be accomplished that you're trying to do a little bit here, you're trying to do a little bit there, you're trying to do a little bit here, but what you need to be focusing on gets like lost in the translation of that. It's not that you are intentionally doing it on purpose, but I feel like there's so much weight of something oppressive on you that you're just like, you're still in that survival mode, scrambling to survive. It's like on Tetris, whenever the blocks start going faster, when they start going faster, then you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. And then that's whenever you fuck up. And that's what's going on here. So what the fuck do we do about it? Sometimes you can't slow the blocks down. Sometimes you just can't get them around fast enough. Sometimes you can't. But there are some things that can be pushed to the side while you focus on other things. So that's a sense of like balancing your priorities, but how do you know which priority to balance whenever it all needs to be done? Whenever everything is coming at you so quickly, you don't even have time to scope it out and observe it to see what it is, to put it in a category. It's like now I'm seeing like on that one episode of I Love Lucy when they're working in this factory and the stuff keeps coming down the conveyor belt and everything's going fine at first. But then the speed picks up and then the next thing you know, there's so much that she doesn't fucking know what to do with it, and some of it's falling on the floor and she's trying to eat some and she's like, where am I putting this? Where am I putting this? Where am I putting this? And then it just ends up being a disaster. And honestly, that is what is going on in my life. Like, there are so many things that I need to focus on that I don't know where to put my focus. So as I'm focusing on something else, trying to get it better, something else is slack-a-lacking. Not to mention my energy levels during that time. Like, for instance, the house that I live in, this was my mom's house who passed away. My mom and my stepdad passed away from COVID last year. Their house was hoarded. There's all of this shit that I have to go through and get through. Some of it is junk. Some of it is sentimental. Some of it, it's just cleaning, like. But then I got my son in here who don't want me to get rid of everything because everything was Granny and Papa's and it's sentimental. And then it's like, there's that major stuff that needs to be done that isn't going anywhere, that can be pushed to the back burner if need be, that can wait. But then there's stuff that can't wait every fucking day. Like, it can wait a day or two, but it can't wait every fucking day. Like dishes, like laundry. But laundry's piling up because our washer is broke. But I can't get to the fucking... I can't get to a laundromat because I don't got enough gas to put in my car. Well, I don't got enough gas because I don't got a job, but I can't get a job because I don't got no gas. And I also can't get a job because I'm trying to build this and focus on this. But as I'm putting energy into here, people don't want to fucking pay me. Oh, and I'm trying to be a good person and like support other people, and I've helped other people get on their feet, but whenever it comes to me getting on my feet, there's very few people who have helped me, and there have been people who have helped me, but then it's like the resources that I get, it's like it's always something, and it just feels overwhelming. I had a friend who let me use their extra vehicle for months. And with that opportunity, instead of working on my shit, I was focusing on helping somebody else get on their feet. Which at the time I felt an obligation to do that. Like, that's what that's what we should do for each other. If you have a resource and you can help somebody, especially if it's changing their life, like, why would you not help them? So then after she let me borrow her car, then they bought me a car. And I was able to get a job myself. And shit happened with that. But it's like, instead of using my money to better the situation for me and my children, I was still focusing on the success of somebody else. And then shit happened and I lost that job. And now that I don't have that job, all those miles I ran up, I got to get the oil changed. The car has a problem. Like, I didn't even have it for a month, I don't think. And it started having a problem. But I couldn't afford to fix it because even though I was working, I was the only one who was spending money on, like, food stuff. And, like... It's just like there was so much imbalance that I allowed to occur that I put my own goals on the back burner and self-sacrifice and self-destructed for the benefit of somebody else so I could watch them make it. But whenever I go down, my kids go down with me, so that's a problem. So that's what the fuck I'm talking about. And then I got so much going on. It's like, how do I work on what I gotta work on here and do the daily things that need to be done while I don't have the tools and resources to efficiently do them? So it's taken me more energy to like actively do it than it would in a home where you have than when like you have a working washer and dryer. For instance, or when you're in a home where it didn't start off hoarded. And not to mention, like, I still got people pulling on my energy who need my help. And some of those people want me to give that energy freely and don't want to give an energy exchange of any means in order to get the help they desire. And so, since I've had a lack of boundaries with other people and a lack of adjusting my priorities by putting myself and my goals before everybody else, because you can't pour from an empty cup, now I find myself in this situation. But, like I was saying with the cards, all of that shit is coming up for a reason. At the end of the day, you're still a bad fucking bitch. Because even though I made self-destructive decisions, that shows you the kind of heart that I have. somebody who is willing to sacrifice for the betterment of other people. That doesn't mean that I always should, but that's the kind of heart that I have. And not everybody has that heart. And is this me, the warrior card? Yeah, that's you. You are a warrior. Even though you get yourself into situations, even though you allow some things to occur, you are not just a survivor. You are an overcomer. Because everything that is thrown at you, you are actively fighting against. Whether you are Lucille Ball or whether you're a gamer on Tetris, you are still like trying to handle everything that is coming at you. And I don't know how my current situation is going to play out, but I can tell you from past experiences and past cycles, because yes, cycles, that I get out of every fucking thing. I always come out on top. And sometimes it's not about knowing how that's going to happen. It's about having faith, and it's about being obedient. And that's where I find myself in trouble, because sometimes I don't be listening. Sometimes I'm like, no. Like sometimes Spirit will tell me, worry about yourself. Focus on your goals. Focus on your kids. Focus on your life. Because the previous cycle, I thought I had learned that lesson. And I was like, oh, I'm being too nice to everybody else. Well, I end up losing everything for me and my children. From now on, I'm going to focus on myself. And then something comes up to repeat that lesson for me. And I've been doing the same shit. Focusing on other people and what they need from me. No, I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, I know I said that before, but each time I get better. So, I am that bitch. I am an overcomer. And this is the tarot therapy that I needed. Because I feel so much better. Because I just had to remind myself of that. So from now on, ain't nobody getting no free shit. No, nothing from me. Like, whatever I got, it's mine's. It's going to stay mine's. Unless you can barter and trade something that's going to be beneficial for me. Right? And the only people that I owe are people who have already exchanged with me. Such as my friend that helped me so much. If she needed me, boom, and a heartbeat. But at the same time, you can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. Take, for instance, my friend who said, you want to go out with me this weekend? And I was like, no, I can't. Like, I'm not in a financial place to do it. My car shouldn't be doing it. Even if I did have the finances to go out for a night, like, I should be spending it somewhere else. No, I can't. And it's like, the people that are for you, they will understand that. But some people will be like, aw. No, aw. Don't try to get me to do what you want me to do. Because if you really love me and support me, you'll be wanting what is best for me as well. And I hope she don't watch this, because I'm about to lay it out. But for instance, that particular friend, there was a time when I went like back, this is years ago, when we had this favorite bar that we would go to. And I've been a poor person for a very long time. There were a lot of times when I went out and I shouldn't have been going out. But it would be like, my friend being like, oh, you want to go out? Like, I really need some girls' time. And I'd be like, no, I don't really have the going out money, you know, like, I didn't really want to go if I couldn't go have fun too. And sit around and watch everybody else have fun. But then she would lay on the, oh, I need you. You're my bestie. I need, like, I'm going through stuff. I need you to be there. So I would go with my $2 and I would just, like, sit there. Or, you know, something would work out and I'd have a little bit of fun anyhow. But it's like, I would be expected to go. My boundaries weren't weren't respected whenever I was like, no, I can't go. And because I was always doing that for this particular friend, every time she needed me and was like, I need a night out, I took it as my friend needs me. And then I would go. But in that same amount of time frame, there was a time that I needed her. That I really went through, I was going through some bullshit and some trauma. And I just needed a friend. And I'm the kind of person, like, I don't be asking. I really don't be asking. I really don't come to people with my problems. I usually internalize them and keep them inside of myself. But at that time, I messaged her and was like, you want to go to the elbow? Like, I really need a night out. Like, I really need a friend. Like, I could really use this. I need you to go with me. Come with me. You know what she told me? Oh, I can't. I don't have the money right now because I spent it on this guy to help him. And even though she didn't have the money, do you think she came down there and spent time with me just because I needed a friend? No, she didn't. I went without. And this was the same friend who recently asked me to come out with her. And I was like, no, bro. I'm not. And she was like, oh, but you're my bestie. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm constantly there for people who are not fucking there for me. I have point blank, I've had a couple of relationships where I'm close with people and I talk to them about their problems and stuff. And I've even told them, like, talking in regards to other people and trying to hint around to them about themselves, about how people always come to me with their shit, but nobody's there for my shit. Nobody's there for me. I go through everything alone. And you know what? And they say, you know, you can talk to me, you can count on me, I'll listen. But only for the same shit to still happen. The same shit with the same people. And it's still where I'm being a friend to them. I'm listening. I'm being there. Your parent dies, coming to the funeral. You're about to have a nervous mental breakdown and you need somebody to talk to for hours and hours and hours. I'm listening. You want to talk about that guy you like, that situationship that you're in, and the problems that occur between that and your emotionals that are also a byproduct of it? Well, I don't always want to be listening to that, but I fucking do. And I'll give them the input. I got my little somebody coming up in my sphere, and I bring up their name, and I might want to talk about them. No, we're on to the next thing already. But anyway, enough about you. Let's talk about me. Every fucking time. And I've had friends say, I'm sorry for not being there for you. Only for us to get started on me talking about my feelings, and then I don't hear from them for 2 days because they've ignored my messages. But they'll always be there for me. So I feel like I'm going through a like I always say, there's levels to this shit and there's cycles, right? And you just get better and better and better each time. Well, I've already had to go through the lessons of boundaries and cutting people off, and I need to take up more space. That's what I need to be doing, and that's what I'm about to start doing. And ain't nobody gonna like the fucking shit, but oh fucking well. If I don't have any friends after that, did I ever fucking have any? No offense to the people who actually are my friends, but I am venting. Because really, like, if I don't have any friends, what's the difference gonna be? It's still gonna be the same life as having friends. And now this has gone from a tarot session to a vent session. But hopefully somebody out there can identify with it. And that's all I got, because I'm at 45 minutes. So just, again, that's been a big theme this year. Love yourself. Love yourself. Love yourself. Quit saying that you fucking love yourself and act like you fucking love yourself. Act like you love yourself. Quit letting everything that is important to you go by the wayside. You're not Jesus. You don't have to die for everybody else's sins.